I'm going to go ahead and just say that whenever the Spirit moves you, you can go ahead and take a deep breath. Whenever you're ready.
On August 31st, 2011, a 17-year-old transgender boy came out to his mom and was physically and verbally assaulted for it. When he was physically and verbally assaulted for it, he left his home, leaving him homeless. I'll be discussing transgender youth homelessness and the cause and effect of it. Let's look at some of the key reasons transgender youth are homeless. The first key issue I'll be discussing is family factors that contribute to the trans youth homelessness. The first key issue of why transgender youth face homelessness is because of the rejection from their families. A huge number are kicked out of their homes just because they're transgender. Rejection usually turns to anger, which turns to violence, and which pushes them out of their homes just to stop the abuse. Parents go as far as disowning their children just because they don't conform to the social norms of being cisgender. One reason that parents reject them is because they have false misconceptions about the LGBT community and are unwilling to educate themselves on the topic. Another contributing factor to why transgender youth are homeless is because the parents of the transgender youth, they might have grown up in an environment or like a household where their own parents rejected transgender people or thought that they were weird or they were looked down upon, and so this affects their own kids. This affects the parents of the transgender kids. Instead of trying to accept them or giving them a chance to explain themselves or try to just show who they are, instead they just turn their head and reject them instead. The second main point is abuse of the transgender children, and physical violence is a huge issue that trans youth have to deal with. Many kids are physically and sexually assaulted in their own homes, which leaves them no other option but to leave, and they have no money, they have no support system, and so it leaves them homeless. A statistic shown from NYC's Hetrick Martin Institute showed that 50% of age 13 to 15-year-old queer girls ran away from home because they were raped by a brother or a father to try to cure them. Verbal abuse is probably the most common, which pushes them to want to leave, leaving them homeless. This graph shows the top three reasons for LGBT homelessness, and the top two are the parental rejection and abuse within the family, and then the third one is aggression and violence within. In conclusion, I've talked about how rejection and abuse from transgender youth families leads to homelessness. I wanted to inform you all about this issue so incidents like the ones that happened to the 17-year-old boy don't keep on happening, and it all starts with awareness.